Greetings, nerdlings. Welcome back to That Nerd Mama Life. Today is National Superhero Day, which seems kind of appropriate considering Avengers Endgame started this weekend, which they are smashing box office records to bits. Apparently, since it released this weekend, it has made almost $2 billion, which is ridiculous. I mean, this just proves how many nerds there are out in the world. Fine for me. Speaking of superheroes, according to comic book historians, the first superhero to come to print was the 1934 debut of Mandrake the Magician. His superpowers included hypnosis, shape-shifting, and teleportation. So basically like a souped up magician, like, basically. Superman was number 2. Superman came about a decade later, I do believe. And is still very popular to this day. I have to say my favorite superhero isn't even really a hero. Maximum Effort. I would have to say Wolverine, then Rogue, then Gambit, then Storm would be my top 5. Those would be my top 5. But today, I don't want to talk about just regular superheroes. I want to take a moment out and talk about unsung heroes. Now, when people first think of unsung heroes, they think of our military. They think of our law enforcement, our firefighters, our first responders, which, yes. But even more unsung than that, in my opinion, are people who have had tragedy in their lives. Whether that be some kind of loss or some kind of tragedy, like catastrophic. People who have cancer and their families. People who have lost loved ones to accidents or murder. Those are the people that I really consider unsung heroes, because you don't hear enough about people who have dealt with cancer in their lives or the loss of loved ones. I had a friend in Alaska who lost her youngest son to childhood cancer, and watching her go through that with him and the amount of strength it took to get up every day and make sure things were taken care of, make sure she was still there for, you know, her significant other and their other 2 children, going to work, driving back and forth to hospitals and doctor's appointments, and watching the amount of strength it took. It's something that I personally don't know how I would deal with. But I learned a lesson in strength from her. I also had a cousin who lost her son to an accident, and it's a daily struggle for her, but she still tries to find ways to honor him and remember him every day, no matter how hard it is. I have another friend who lost a baby to miscarriage, and I don't know how she made it through. The loss of a child especially is something that I feel takes so much courage and so much strength and just sheer survival instinct that as mothers we put ourselves aside to focus on being there for our children and being there for our significant others and the rest of our families. Those kind of women are unsung heroes, in my opinion. As a woman who hasn't experienced any of those kind of things, I could never in my wildest dreams or nightmares imagine the fortitude that it takes to get up every day and say to yourself in the mirror, I'm going to make it today. One day, 1 minute, 1 second at a time, I'm going to live my life the way that is going to honor my child. I'm going to be the person that my child wanted me to be and needed me to be. I'm going to continue to be that person. I'm going to make sure that every minute that I draw breath is spent to honor my child. And the reason this subject today popped up for me was the video that I did with my husband on Friday. We touched on it a little bit towards the end about my daughter. My daughter was medically born dead. And if she hadn't have been revived, I honestly don't know how I would have made it through. And so, seeing other women who have experienced this depth of catastrophe in their life, my heart and my thoughts go out to them. And I am amazed by these kind of women. They take it just day by day. Some days they remember the happy times. Other days it takes every bit of willpower for them just to get out of bed. But they do. They put their feet on the floor and they say, I will not remember my child for the pain I will remember my child for the joy and the love they brought to my life. I will show that love that they showed me to the world, because that's what my child deserves. And so to everyone out there watching this, I know that I'm just a speck of dust in the universe. But if there's just even one of you out there that needs to hear this today, I see you. I see your pain, and I see your struggles. I see your strength. You are enough. You are beyond amazing. I lost my mother when I was 18. And after she passed away, I kept thinking of all the things I wish I could have told her. I wish I could have told her that she was enough and she was so strong, so amazing. So if there is someone in your life that needs to hear this, you are seen. We see you. And you are the very definition of a superhero. You know, people say that not all superheroes wear capes. That's absolutely true. Ladies, you don't go to your closet every morning and strap on that rubber suit and that flowing cape. Maybe your cape that day is a shirt that says "Screw Cancer." Maybe your cape that day is wearing your child's favorite color. Maybe your cape that day is a funny hat that your child, that you never would have bought in the store, except that you had that thought that your child would have giggled and said, "Mama, you look so cute. Mama, you look so pretty." And that's the only reason you bought it and the only reason you wear it. You women are superheroes to me. And if you have to replay this 10, 20, a million times a day, I want you to remember, superheroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear a ribbon. I love you guys so much. And for those of you who haven't experienced the loss of a child, hug your children. Enjoy every minute even when they're difficult, even when on those days where you're like, oh God, my kids are driving me crazy today. Embrace the crazy. Because there are ladies out there that can't. With all of my heart, to all my moms out there, you are super women. And I love you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you for showing the world what real superheroes look like. They don't look like the ones on the big screen. They look like your everyday mom. I love you guys. Stay wonderful. Stay super. And stay a little nerdy. Most of all, stay strong. You guys have a great night.